a prominent sports figure in the South African public life, celebrated for his leadership on and off the rugby field. He was born in Vereniging and attended high school in Witbank, now Emagtleni, before receiving a scholarship to study law and play rugby at the Rand Afrikaanse Universiteit, one of our legacy institutions. His rugby career began in earnest in 1989 when he started playing for Transvaal, now the Golden Lions. Over his tenure, he played in 100 matches and captained the team 89 times, guiding them to multiple Currie Cup and Super 10 victories and becoming a key leader in South African provincial rugby. Francois, do you mind to stand? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, today we honor Francois Pienaar for leadership that transcended sport and helped shape South Africa. In 1993, Mr. Pienaar made his test debut for the Springboks and was appointed captain from the outset. He remained captain for all 29 test matches that he played, an unprecedented achievement. In 1995, he captained South Africa to victory against New Zealand. Ladies and gentlemen, I think those are one of the defining moments in our history. You know, do you remember where you were? The victory was about more than sport. It became a defining moment in the country's transition from apartheid to democracy, with the then President Nelson Mandela donning the Springbok jersey and presenting the Webb Ellis Cup trophy to Francois. The image became one of the most powerful symbols of national unity and reconciliation in modern South African history. Under Mr. Pienaar's captaincy, the Springboks demonstrated resilience, discipline, and a unity of purpose. Yet, his greatest contribution during the defining period was not only his tactical acumen, but emotional intelligence and principled leadership. He understood that sport could serve as a vehicle for social cohesion. In doing so, he helped catalyze a moment that contributed meaningfully to national reconciliation and a collective pride. Following his retirement from international rugby in 1996, Francois joined Saracens in England, the rugby club, taking on roles as player, captain, coach, and eventually as CEO. Under his leadership, the club secured its first major title in 127 years. I think the motto is, if you want to win something, have Francois on your team. He remains connected to the club as a board member, and in addition to his work with Saracens, he served as a brand ambassador for Guinness and for Visa during the 1999 and 2003 Rugby World Cups. He also worked as a respected rugby analyst and a commentator with coverage roles in the 2007, 2011 and 2015 World Rugby Cups, earning 2 Royal Television Society nominations, an exceptional accolade for a non-career broadcaster. On returning to South Africa, he took up strategic and leadership roles across sport and across business. He was involved with the First Rand Group and played a pivotal role in South Africa's 2011 World Cup bid. In 2009, he led the South African marketing campaign for the Indian Premier League when it was temporarily relocated due to security concerns in India. In that same year, He founded Advent Sport Entertainment and Media, or ASEM, which focused on sport development and entertainment. He chairs both ASEM varsity sports and the Cape Town Marathon, continuing to impact South African sport and youth development through innovative platforms and high-profile events. One of Francois' most lasting contributions, arguably, to society is the Make a Difference Leadership Foundation, which he established in 2003. We have six MAD, when I said MAD, but the Make a Difference members. Would you please stand in the audience today also? The foundation is dedicated to identifying academically talented but economically disadvantaged South African youth and provide them with comprehensive support. This support, but are you sitting now? Don't sit, stand. This support includes not only financial assistance for education, but also mentorship, life development skills, and leadership training. Through this work, Mr. Pienaar has championed the empowerment of a new generation of South African leaders committed to social justice and national development. After this noteworthy achievements, or other noteworthy achievements, is co-founding the Varsity Cup in 2008, a national university champion competition that merges academic excellence with elite sport. The Varsity Cup filled a critical gap between school level and professional rugby, offering exposure and opportunity to student athletes. With widespread media support, corporate sponsorships, and enthusiastic institutional participation, the competition has become a cornerstone of South African student sport and a launching pad for future professional players, and many of them are standing at the back there. Beyond talent development, the Varsity Cup has been a laboratory for innovation, introducing creative rule adaptations and enhancing fan engagement. Most importantly, it has reinforced the principle that student athletes are scholars first, philosophy entirely consistent with the values of higher education institutions. Mr. Pienaar's influence extends beyond sport, ladies and gentlemen. He holds a law degree from the University of Johannesburg and was awarded an honorary doctorate from the University of Herefordshire in 2000 in recognition of his contributions to sport and to leadership. In 2023, he received the Oxonian Award for Lifetime Achievement, reflecting the enduring respect he commands both locally and internationally. Francois' leadership has always been grounded in service, in excellence, and in ethics. His role in using sport as a tool for reconciliation, his consistent commitment to education and youth development, and his ongoing contributions to sport innovation and philanthropy distinguishes him as one of South Africa's most impactful figures. Through his leadership in diverse sectors, rugby, education, media, and development, he has consistently demonstrated an unwavering commitment to the values of unity, of opportunity, and ethical nation building. The University of Johannesburg recognizes Francois Pienaar for his dedication to uplifting sport, his exceptional achievements, and his contribution to service society. This honorary doctorate recognizes not just historic achievements, but his continued efforts, and I think this is very important, his continued efforts to uplift, to inspire, and to create opportunities for others, especially the youth of South Africa. Vice-Chancellor, I now request you to confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy honoris causa on Jacobus Francois Pienaar.
By virtue of the powers vested in me, I now confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy honoris causa on Jacobus Francois Pienaar.
Wow. Chancellor Mpedi, Vice-Chancellor van Vieren, Executive Dean of Students, Prof. Annie Temane, Mr. Letlhokwa, who's the registrar today, council members, Prof. Gerry, wow, we go a long way back. And NOMSA, especially to you, because I think you might have started something that led to this. Thank you, NOMSA. Nareen Pienaar, who I met here at UJ in D-Lab 101 for my first class. I saw these legs standing on the steps. I won't forget them. We went and we had our first class together, Private Law 1. Thanks for being here. To Rissa and Jason Pienaar, thank you for your time being here today. To the mad scholars, amazing. There's 6 of them here, but throughout South Africa, over the last 23 years, we've had 560 students and scholars that have come through the program. Thank you for being here. Chris, Turks, wow. We played against each other at school, then with each other at school, then with each other at Aslan, then under 20s, then first team, then we won club championships, then we played for Transvaal, then we played for the Lions, and then we played for the Springboks. Thank you for being here. Malani, thank you for joining him. And then to my colleagues that I have the joy to work with, that have taken up their time to be here this afternoon. Who's running the ship, by the way? Thank you for being here. To the graduates, can we give them a tremendous round of applause? Yes. One thing I did learn in the UK is they applaud much better than us in South Africa. Can we give them a proper round of applause? The proud ladies and gentlemen that are here today. Chancellor, to paraphrase Shakespeare, all that I have to offer is thank you, and thank you again for this incredible honor of receiving a doctorate honoris causa at the University of Johannesburg. When word that I'm getting an honorary doctorate got to Jean and Stefan Pienaar in London, the phone calls came in quick. Yes, they did congratulate me, but what was disturbing was they started questioning me on my acceptance speech. No dad jokes. That was the first thing. No dad jokes. Speak slowly. Listen, I've been speaking in the past, but that gave me a cause of concern. They said, Dad, the gravitas of getting an honorary doctorate, you have to be clear in your messaging. Jean said, and you know, sometimes you mention that sports people are not the brightest species on planet Earth. And if you're a rugby player, you come from the shallow end of the intellectual gene pool. Don't use that, Dad. That's not cool. am the luckiest sportsman in the world? Well, if I'm not the luckiest, then I'm definitely one of few to have experienced what I experienced because of sport and the power of sport. Mr. Mandela said that sport has the power to change the world. Sport has the power to inspire. Sport can unite people like little else does. Sport can awaken hope where there was previously only despair. Sport speaks to children in a language that they understand. The reason I'm getting this honorary degree is not because of me. It's because of the giants whose shoulders I was able to stand on from a very young age at school, at this university, in life. The teams that I had the privilege to captain, the people that I was lucky enough to build stuff and to do some extraordinary things. The giants, that is, the coaches, the mentors, and the class of 1995. That's why I'm here today, not because of me. Allow me to highlight two giants. George Moyer Christie, our coach, our mentor, a fighter, a believer, a genius. And Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. Rolihlahla means tree shaker, who read Invictus, the poem, in prison often. He never mind how charged the gate was, how punished the scroll was. He was the master of his fate. He was the captain of his soul. Through the giants, I've learned two things, one about resilience and the other one about courage. So, Chancellor, my boys got me thinking, because of this honorary degree in philosophy, I've got to maybe leave some points to ponder for the graduates. Now, they're watching, I think they're streaming, and this is why I'm going to lose them, because I'm going to leave you 6 points to ponder. Why 6? It's obvious. Number 6, I played in number 6. Madiba won number 6. Siamtanda Kulisi, when he became the world champion in Japan at the Yokohama Stadium, I was there, won number 6. President Ramaphosa won number 6. Problem is now John Smith, our other captain in 2007, was 2. He played hooker. So how do you make 2 turn into 6? There's various ways. John and Stefan, listen. Now John's Xhosa name is Mukokeli, because Madiba gave him that Xhosa name. It means leader. Stefan is Gocha, the brave one. This is where they're cringing. So I get to 6 by saying, okay, we won 4 World Cups, and then you add John's number, 6. Or you can say Sian and my number 6 plus 6 is 12, and you divide that by John's number 2, you get to 6. Get the point. Okay, so I'm going to leave 6 points to ponder. The first one, if you're not a critical thinker already, become a critical thinker. Don't be a group thinker. Critical thinking will allow you to understand the biases in the world and have a debate about them, but it would also allow you to understand your biases. Critical thinkers are always curious. That's number 1. Number 2, when you woke up this morning, you went to the bathroom, I'm sure, and you looked into the mirror. And as the poet says, if you get what you want in your struggle for self and the world makes you king for a day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man or that woman have to say. For it's not your brother or father or wife whose judgment upon you must pass, the fellow whose verdict counts most in your life. He's the one looking back from the glass, and he's the one to please, never mind all the rest. You may get pats on your back as you pass, but your final reward will be heartache and tears if you've cheated the man in the glass. Number 2 is love that person in the glass. Start tomorrow. Number 3, talking about friends. Surround yourself with energizers, not with energizers, not with people that take energy from you. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. That's so true. Surround yourselves with people that have a can-do attitude in life. If you've got more of them on your side, your culture will be very, very powerful. Number 4, remember, children are the best mimics in the world. Are you with mimicking? Number 5, read The Richest Man in Babylon. It'll teach you about the 8th wonder in the world, compound interest. This will become your superpower. But not only compounding financially, also compound the fitness of your body and your beautiful minds. And number 6, give. If you're not already giving, learn to give. It's in giving that we receive. Start tomorrow. Start with a smile. Start with a phone call that you should have made quite some time back. Start with a conversation where people feel valued. Start with giving some money on the odd occasion to people that need it more than you. Learn to give. You will see how you grow. Vice-Chancellor, because of the Giants, because of the class of 1995, and George Moy Christie and the management, I got the opportunity to stand on a podium with one of the greatest leaders the world has ever seen. When he handed me the Rugby World Cup, and we became one. We became one team for one country, world champions for the first time in the history of this country. Not only for the 65,000 people in the stadium, but for the 43 million people then in South Africa. Thank you for this incredible honor. Inkosi.
Sure! The graduates have spoken. Let's give them up the one. Graduates! Uncommon and more graduates. Sure! I'm not and take it. Sanamare. Not and take it. Sanamare. Not and take it. Sanamare. Uboya tu. Oi, boy, boy. Not and take it. Sanamare. Not and take it. Sanamare. Not and take it. Oi, boy, boy, boy. Yeah, but not and take it. Sanamare. Not and take it. Sanamare. Not and take it. Tere buboya tuto. Oi, not and take it. Not and take it. Not and take it. Tere buboya tuto. Oi, uninna gaibata. Ogibata oyapara. Akitabadi tu. Tabadi adiferi. Oi, uninna gaibata. Akibata oyapara. Ogitabadi tu. Tabadu adiferi. Oi, sure.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for cutting the dancing and the singing, but I know the party will go on after the ceremony, right, graduates? No? I know, I'll explain it properly, but for those that are wondering, I mean, a graduation ceremony without this song is not a graduation ceremony. I mean, you know, ne? I know Prof. Prinsloo is wondering, what is this song? But firstly, our honorary doctorate recipient, Francois Pienaar, your lovely wife, family and friends, our graduates, your family and friends, our academics, let me greet you again. It's so great to have you here at the great University of Johannesburg. Quickly about the song, I mean, a graduation ceremony is not a graduation ceremony without the song. The name of the song is Seana Marena. You know, you can have it in different languages, Sotho, English, Zulu, Afrikaans. I'll explain it in English, but you know, Francois, you spend a lot of time with Madiba, and he said if you speak to a man using a language he understands, you are talking to his head. But if you speak to a person using that person's language, you are speaking to his heart. So I want to speak to your heart in front of your wife and your family and friends. So in Afrikaans, this song, the words mean, Vader, koop vir my. I did Afrikaans tweede taal, ne? Vader, koop vir my Seana Marena. So Seana Marena is the Wolfman se kombers, Prof. Prinsloo. I'm also speaking to your heart, by extension. Die Wolfman se kombers. Nie skoene. Die kleed van opvoeding, Seana Marena. Ek wil dit ook hê, Seana Marena. Ek wil dit dra, Seana Marena. Ek is bang vir die mense se kritiek wat nooit eindig nie, Seana Marena. So in Sesotho it says ntate ntekele Seana Marena, those who understand. It means kobo ya thuto Seana Marena. Le nna ke a inyaka, Seana Marena. Ke nyaka ho e apara, Seana Marena. Ke tshaba dipolelo tsa batho ha di fele, Seana Marena. Now, I know those who want to hear it in English, now go and translate, use Google Translate. No, I'm joking. Ladies and gentlemen, this song, Seana Marena, has become an essential part of our graduation ceremonies. In fact, a graduation at UJ would not feel complete without it. Many of you may recognize the melody, but for those of you who are not familiar with the lyrics, allow me to share their significance. The song, ladies and gentlemen, is a heartfelt plea from a child. Father, buy me Seana Marena. Seana Marena is not just any blanket, ladies and gentlemen. It's the chief's blanket, a symbol of honor, prestige, and protection. In the context of this song, it becomes a powerful metaphor for education. The lyrics, ladies and gentlemen, continue expressing a deep desire to attain education, to wear it with pride, and to embrace the opportunities it brings. The blanket of education, Seana Marena. I also want it, Seana Marena. I want to wear it, Seana Marena. These are the lyrics. Truth be told, many of us would not be standing here today had it not been for the power of education. I mean, I was so emotional, I even botched your name, and I apologize, you know. To be frank with you, when the Springboks were playing, I was a first-year student. I couldn't care less about rugby, I must confess. I didn't know what it meant. I didn't care. You know, there were kids who had second-hand rugby boots. They made noise as far as I was concerned at school. I didn't care. But as the Springboks, when I was a first year, were progressing, I started wanting to understand, you know, what is a penalty? What is a scrum? What is that? And I never looked back. Now, Nomsa knows, ne? And our boys there at the back, you know, ne? Who's the number one supporter? You must speak like the Vice-Chancellor has asked. Ne? I'm the number one supporter, and this is what your generation, your team has done to unify this country and turn that villager who didn't care about this and unify, you know, our country. And We are really thankful, and thank you so much. But it's also the power of education, ladies and gentlemen, I was talking about. The final line of the song, ladies and gentlemen, means I'm afraid of people's criticism that never ends, and acknowledges that people will always have something to say. But rather than seeing it as a fear of judgment, it can be understood as the recognition that education sets one apart. It's about stepping into a future of opportunity, armed with the wisdom and strength it provides. It is a celebration of perseverance, of overcoming obstacles, and embracing the power that learning brings. So, as we celebrate today, may it serve as a tribute to the journey of every graduate, their struggles, their triumphs, and the bright future ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, as we close today's graduation ceremony, I know what a privilege it is to address you in the functionary role of Chancellor. It has been a wonderful experience to witness our students graduate and to celebrate your achievements with you and your loved ones here today. Let's give them a warm round of an applause. It has already been stated that this was not an easy journey for you, but you did it. You are here today because of your commitment and your hard work, but also because of the support of the people who kept you going. Your family, your friends, your loved ones, and your community have all invariably contributed towards your success. Many are here today. Please, let's give them a warm round of an applause. Ladies and gentlemen, to graduate is a decisive milestone that sets one on a trajectory of empowerment. I must also emphasize the Vice-Chancellor's words. This is indeed an impressive achievement. It's even extra special because you are graduating at the great University of Johannesburg. The grim truth is that many facets of our population are still not afforded such opportunities. A 2021 report of the Department of Higher Education and Training indicates that, ladies and gentlemen, just 6% of the South African population holds a degree. In our vast population, many do not make it into high school, let alone to matric, while less than 70% of students who obtain a matric exemption enroll at a university. At the University of Johannesburg, we received more than 800,000 applications for only about 11,200 spaces for new students this year. It is a similar picture for all South African universities. These figures, ladies and gentlemen, are sobering. They remind us that access to higher education in our country remains both a privilege and a profound responsibility. You are among the few who have been afforded this opportunity because of your talent and perseverance, but also because of circumstances that have aligned in your favor. Although we are living through uncertain times and witnessing the world around us changing, we know that we have prepared you to navigate this terrain and that you have a solid foundation upon which to build your future. We hope that you will use the knowledge acquired here to contribute to solving societal problems and to pay it forward. We really expect you to go out there and solve societal problems. Please don't go out there and become, educated thieves. We didn't train you to go and steal. Don't go there and become part of the problems that we are seeing today. Thank you. We don't produce thieves, corrupt people. That's why every year through the Office of the General Counsel, we host the Combating Corruption Summit. Because here we don't tolerate corruption, we don't tolerate all these nasty things. Please do not go there and be part of the problem. Go out there and address and help us address societal challenges. Today, people go without water because of leaders that steal, and so on. We hope that you will use the knowledge acquired here to contribute to solving societal problems and to pay it forward. When we consider what the University of Johannesburg has achieved in just 20 years as a higher education institution, as the new kid on the block, I know that as graduates of this inspiring university, you will similarly go on to achieve significant milestones in your careers and in your lives. We look forward to seeing you grow professionally, intellectually, ethically, and as committed and respected global citizens. I wish to thank our academic and support staff for the pivotal role that they have played in your journey. Without their perseverance and commitment, you would not be here today. Let's give them a warm round of an applause. Once again, congratulations on this tremendous achievement. Go out there and set an example as a graduate of this inspiring university. Please let me repeat this. Go out there and set an example as a graduate of this inspiring university. Join us. I'm a graduate of this inspiring university. Rao, UJ, Look at our honorary doctorate recipient today, Professor Andre Swart. You're also one of our graduates, right? Prof. Prinsloo. They must join us, isn't it? I can go on and on. Please go out there and be the best ambassadors and spread the word that UJ is an excellent place of learning. Now let's do it. UJ! All the way. You guys are too slow for me, UJ! All the way. Remember to stay in touch by joining our alumni. We hope to see you again when furthering your studies and as active alumni. I thank you. Ke a leboga. Baya danki. Nyabong. If you didn't study at UJ, applications are opening on the 1st of April, Registrar, right? It's not too late. You are now requested to stand for the singing of the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, we wish you a pleasant afternoon. Those that are going to celebrate, please celebrate responsibly. We want you to come back and register for other degrees and qualifications. By virtue of the powers vested in me, I now dissolve this congregation of the University of Johannesburg. University ya Johannesburg. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing at your seats until the procession has left the venue. Ralewa, thank you.
Ulindlela, pema mkopozi, ke unyana wami